Chapter 15. 10 months later, the transformation is astonishing. What began as a daunting task with just 4 determined women and their 3 babies has evolved into a near-unrecognizable hotel. Despite the countless hurdles we faced, from one problem to the next, we refused to relent. As the deadline for the health and safety inspection approaches, we reflect on our journey. The inspector's initial disbelief and laughter at our ambitious endeavor now seem like distant echoes. His skepticism only fueled our determination. We eagerly await his return, confident in our ability to prove him wrong once again. Nearly a year has passed since our initial struggles, and in that time, we've achieved remarkable feats. The once dilapidated hotel rooms have been transformed into immaculate suites, rivaling and even surpassing those of neighboring establishments. Margaret and I undertook what we termed hotel shopping, meticulously inspecting nearby accommodations to gather inspiration. With each stay, we assessed services, room quality, and decor, refining our vision for our own establishment. Our function room sets us apart, a feature lacking in many other hotels. Ours is spacious enough to host weddings and formal gatherings, designed with versatility in mind. Inside, it's been transformed into a winter wonderland, exuding both elegance and sophistication. Stepping into the room feels like entering a fairy tale, with twinkling fairy lights cascading from the ceiling and converging at a magnificent crystal chandelier, a costly investment by Carmela, but the crowning jewel of our space. Beyond the interior renovations, we've also revitalized the pool area and meticulously tended to the property's gardens. In the rear gardens, we discovered and restored 4 functioning water fountains, enhancing the ambience to create a tranquil tropical oasis. Each improvement reflects our unwavering commitment to excellence and has brought us closer to realizing our dream of a thriving, upscale establishment. The main building's restaurant has undergone a complete transformation, boasting top-of-the-line stainless steel appliances and energy-efficient replacements. Solar panels adorn every structure, promising significant savings on energy costs once operational. Additionally, we've established a secure, fully enclosed children's play area, with plans to introduce childcare services for both employees and guests. In addition to overseeing these renovations, I dedicate 3 nights a week to attending business courses at the nearby community college, generously funded by Carmela. With just 1 month remaining, I'll soon complete my studies in accounting, business management, and administration. While I feel the weight of Carmela's expectations, her support since our meeting fills me with hope for the future and excitement for what lies ahead. However, our most pressing challenges lie ahead, passing the imminent health and safety inspection and assembling a capable team to manage operations. Although we've made significant progress with assistance from Zelda's child's father and Margaret's brother, the demands of running the establishment necessitate additional staff. The reality is that our small team of 4 women cannot handle all tasks simultaneously. With most of the major tasks nearing completion, our focus shifts to the front gardens and painting the exterior. While progress on the exterior is nearly finished, we hit a snag when we run out of paint. Undeterred, Margaret's brother tackles the front hedges, while Margaret herself maneuvers a borrowed ride-on mower to tend to the lawn. Ready to head out, Jane? Zelda's voice breaks the calm as we gear up for another dedicated day of work. Absolutely. Let's make it count, I respond, joining her in Carmela's truck. With Zelda in the passenger seat, I start the engine, and we set off towards the hardware store. Carmela and her children bid us farewell from the balcony, their smiles bittersweet reminders of our shared journey. I'm getting worried about Carmela, Zelda confides in me as we navigate the streets. Yeah, me too. I tried to convince her to go see the doctor last week, but she refused. As always, I confide in Zelda, who responds with a solemn shake of her head. The memory of last week's alarming discovery weighs heavily on my mind, finding Carmela amidst a coughing fit, her tissues stained with blood. Despite my pleas for her to seek medical attention, she brushed it off, claiming it had been happening for over a year. Each visit from her elusive mate only exacerbates my worries. Despite his frequent appearances, I've never caught more than a glimpse of him, earning him the nickname, the Faceless Alpha, between Zelda and me. His mysterious presence fuels Zelda's concern, prompting her to voice the question that haunts us both. Is he unknowingly contributing to Carmela's decline, his sporadic presence taking a toll on her health? Her inquiry hangs in the air, unanswered. I know the truth all too well. Carmela's mate is the source of her suffering. I've seen it in myself, the ache of separation from my own mate, Brian, even after just a few months. The thought of enduring decades without him fills me with dread, a mere glimpse into the agony Carmela must endure. But voicing these fears only deepens our apprehension for Carmela's well-being, underscoring the urgency of her situation. As Zelda and I pull into the hardware store's parking lot, my mind is consumed by the weight of my own struggles. With every passing day, the presence of Carmela's mate gnaws at me, draining my strength and vitality. I feel the effects of his dalliances with other women keenly, each encounter chipping away at my well-being. My wolf form grows weaker and smaller with each shift, a stark reflection of my prolonged separation from my mate. The toll extends beyond the physical realm. My health deteriorates, plagued by constant illness and unexplained ailments. Despite my efforts, I struggle to maintain my weight, my hair falling out in distressing clumps. His presence leaves me feeling intoxicated at times, prompting unsettling questions about his habits and addictions. But amidst my own suffering, one thing remains clear: my determination to protect Valentine, Carmela's son, at all costs. The fear of his father's influence over him looms large, preventing me from reaching out to him despite the relentless pull of the mate bond. Valentine is mine to care for, mine to raise, and I refuse to let history repeat itself. With determination, Zelda and I step out of the car, ready to tackle the task at hand with paint code and cash in hand, pushing aside the weight of our worries for the moment. As we step into the store, Zelda's reminder about the paint tray breaks the silence, grounding us in the task at hand. I'll grab the tray. You get the paint, I reply, and we split up to navigate the aisles. My footsteps echo down the painting section as I search for the right tray, my mind preoccupied with the upcoming task. Finding what I need, I grab a spare for good measure before heading back towards the front of the store. As I approach the checkout line, I catch sight of Zelda waiting patiently, her smile a reassuring beacon amidst my inner turmoil. "For gallons should be enough?" she inquires, her voice pulling me back to the present. "Yes, plenty," I assure her, my gaze drifting to the front of the line. Suddenly, my heart lurches as a familiar scent fills my senses, freezing me in place. I recognize it instantly, my pulse quickening as I lock eyes with the imposing figure ahead. Emotions surge within me, threatening to overwhelm as I struggle to compose myself. Meanwhile, Zelda continues to chatter, unaware of the storm brewing beneath my calm facade. As I stand frozen, watching my father approach the counter, a flood of emotions threatens to overwhelm me. His casual conversation with the cashier seems surreal against the backdrop of our strained relationship. When his gaze lands on me, time seems to stand still. A lump forms in my throat as I meet his eyes, the weight of our unresolved past hanging heavily between us. Despite the ache of longing for his presence, his indifferent expression speaks volumes. The air crackles with tension as we share a charged moment, neither of us daring to break the silence. Then, without a word, he snarls, a chilling reminder of his authority and power. My attempts to form words falter as I struggle to find my voice amidst the overwhelming emotions. Before I can muster the courage to speak, he turns away, his departure leaving a void in his wake. As Zelda finally notices the encounter, her expression mirrors my own shock. The second most intimidating man in the city, my father, leaves without a backward glance, leaving me grappling with the weight of unresolved questions and unspoken words. As I compose myself and approach the counter alongside Zelda, the weight of my father's disdain hangs heavy in the air. I swallow back the tears threatening to spill, refusing to let his callous indifference break me. Zelda's silent presence beside me offers a small comfort, her understanding unspoken but palpable. The sting of rejection cuts deeper when it comes from someone who should offer unconditional love and support. My father's look of disgust mirrors the pain I felt when he first learned of my pregnancy. I had hoped time would dull the hurt, but his silent condemnation proves otherwise. It's a stark reminder of my status as a rogue, an outcast in the eyes of society. Yet, to be rejected by my own flesh and blood hurts in a way that words cannot express. I long for a shred of acknowledgement, a sign that I still hold some value in his eyes. But his silence speaks volumes, reducing me to insignificance in his world. Despite the ache of longing for his acceptance, I know deep down that I'm worthy of love and belonging, even if he cannot see it. And as I stand at the checkout counter, I steel myself against the pain of his rejection, determined to forge my own path forward, independent of his approval. As I settle into the driver's seat, I catch sight of his car in the rearview mirror. Determined not to let his presence affect me any further, I drive away without a second glance. The silence in the car is palpable, but Zelda's comforting gesture speaks volumes, reassuring me that I am not alone in my struggles. The journey back to the hotel is quiet, each passing mile a reminder of the distance between me and the painful encounter at the hardware store. As we pull up to the familiar surroundings of the hotel, a sense of relief washes over me. This place, with its makeshift family and unwavering support, is my true home. Valentine and our small village family are all I need. They have shown me that family transcends blood ties. It's about being there for each other when the world turns its back. With renewed determination, I unbuckle my seatbelt and dive back into our work. The encounter with my father only fuels my resolve to succeed on my own terms, proving that I am capable of thriving without his support.